So to preface this video, I just want to quickly say that I actually use Cursor and not VS Code directly, but most if not all extensions that I mentioned in this video are interoperable, so you should be fine, even if you use Windsurf or any VS Code for it. Without further ado, let's get started. So to show you guys what extensions I'm using, I'm going to be in my Shiori codebase, which is my own AI chat app by the way, and the first extension that I use on a daily basis is called AutoCloseTag. And this is basically an extension that automatically closes your HTML or XML tag. So for example, if I come here and say div and then press the closing bracket, it automatically completes it. And this is basically the first extension. Now the second extension kind of ties into that, and it's called AutoRename_Tag. I won't be counting this as a separate extension since they both do very similar things, but basically when I come here and say something else, for example span, it automatically renames this to span instead of keeping it a div. And this is a huge pain if you use VS Code naturally, and which is why these two extensions specifically are very necessary, especially as a web developer. Next we have the IU theme. I won't be counting the themes, or I won't be saying them, but I will leave a list of all my themes that I have installed in the description below. The one I'm currently using is called UMLite, which is very nice and clean in my opinion. So I guess the next extension we're going to talk about is choose a license. This I only use when I start a new project, but the idea is that you can basically Command Shift P, search for license, and you can say choose a license, and here you have basically all licenses you can think about. And usually for me it's either MIT. And the cool thing is as well that you can fill out the boilerplates. In license files, you know, you have these like names and emails. You can just come here and say license set author, and I can just say Sami Hindi, which is my name, press enter. Let's do it for the entire user settings, and done. Then it'll basically just create a new license file. Actually don't have one in Shiori yet. Let's create one, which won't really apply anyway since it's closed source, but let's go with HTML, sure. Now it'll create the license file, and there you go. The next extension that I use every day basically in my day job is called GitHub pull requests, and this extension, let me tell you, is amazing. Here's a couple screenshots from it. Basically it shows you the PRs in a kind of a stacked manner instead of like the weird GitHub way, and don't even get me started on the diffs that show in GitHub. It's an absolute horror, man. Here it's directly integrated into your IDE, you see who changed what, and it's just very intuitive overall. If you do anything with GitHub, I definitely recommend this extension. It's an absolute must. Next is the Live Share extension. Now you probably know this already. You can basically collaborate with other people on your code, and it's kind of cool. Next extension is Prettier, and this is just a code formatter, which is very universal, and for that reason it's not really high quality in my honest opinion. I still use the default formatter, which comes with go to the settings, formatter. I still use the TypeScript and JavaScript language features formatter, and I honestly don't even know if I still use Prettier. Let's just not count that. The next extension though, Pretty TypeScript Errors. This is just amazing. So you know how ugly the default TypeScript errors look like. These are the default TypeScript errors, and these aren't that bad right now, but wait till we get to the function calling, and it just renders it in a beautiful manner. Like, why would you not want to have this? Anyways, the point of this extension is just to make it a little bit easier to see and to understand. The next one that I absolutely love is called To-Do Tree, and this just shows all the to-do comments that you have in your code base in a tree format, as the extension name says. So let's say I add a to-do here called to-do get current user. Actually, I think this has to be big. Then we come here, it formats it, and we come here to to-dos, go to, and it separates it by file folders and everything. It's kind of cool. You see here, to-do get current user, and if you remove this, super fast to adjust, it's gone. Next one is VS Code PDF. Something that I noticed when I first started using Visual Studio Code is that it doesn't have native PDF support, which is stupid. Like, it's literally written in Electron. Why does it not have native PDF support? Anyways, there is an extension you can download to give it PDF support, and it's called VS Code PDF. Sure, there's a bunch of other ones out there. I just like this one for some reason. Yeah, let's just say the logo is nice. Not really much explanation needed here. It just renders PDFs. I guess one thing that's important to say, it's not the exact same view as in the web. The browser PDF renderer will look a little bit different, as you can see here, but it's mostly the same logic. Next, we have ESLint. Sure, you already know what ESLint is, but for those who don't know, it's basically just a code analysis tool that detects errors, bugs, or anything, basically any fail that you have with your code. And this just kind of integrates translates it into VS Code. The next one I use a lot is called Dev Containers. This is actually better than this one since, yeah, I can basically uninstall this at this point. I never use it. Dev Containers is like the Docker for VS Code. You can open remote containers, which is very cool, and it's actually very fast. I'm not sure what it's written in. Actually, let me see. Maybe we can check out the GitHub repository. Do they mention it here? glibc. So it's probably written either in C or C++. It's a bit too fast to be written in, I don't know, JavaScript or something. No disrespect to JavaScript, obviously. And the last extension that I want to tell you about today is CodeSnap. Now, CodeSnap, I actually don't use it that much anymore, and as you can see, I uninstalled it, but I did want to show you it as well, since it's just kind of nice to make cool screenshots of your own code. What I use nowadays is called Ray.so, and it's actually a tool by Raycast, and it's very, very beautiful. So you can say something const user Sonic. This looks very good. Right now we're using the Vercel theme. You can use the Supabase theme. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Let's do main.js. Okay, no, nice. But yeah, it's just very cool. Then you can also export the image as a PNG, SVG, copy it, or even share it with the URL. Now, I don't really count this as an extension of VS Code, but more so as ChatGPT. But if you don't have Cursor, I completely recommend using this because you can connect ChatGPT to Cursor. So actually, I do want to show you that real quick. So let's say I have just my landing page open. I'm here and say, let's open ChatGPT. Let's select a tool. Okay, so I just tried to reinstall it because it didn't work, and never mind whatever I just said. It's completely useless. Don't use it. It doesn't work. Well, it does, but it's very difficult to install. It's not even available on the marketplace for some reason. Just don't bother with it. Just get the Cursor subscription. It's not that deep. Anyways, those were the kind of VS Code extensions that I use every single day. Hope you enjoyed, and I especially hope that you can integrate some of them into your own workflow to make you more productive. Now, the code base that I just worked on is this right here. It's called Shiori, and it's honestly the best AI chat app that I've ever used because I've made it. And I know all the pains that come with ChatGPT and everything, and I consolidated everything into one single platform that can also generate images, videos, text-to-speech, and a bunch of other stuff. And most importantly of all, there's a lot of themes. Let's go with the Claude Dark theme, and let's say something like, hello, it's insanely fast. I honestly haven't seen a faster chat app than Shiori right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, if you want to give it a shot, here's an 80% discount on the screen for your first month. And if you have any feedback, let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.